Well. Here we are again. We are in San Luis Potosi. Specifically in the town of El Meco, which is just outside of El Naranjo. Known for two beautiful cascadas here, El Meco and El Salto. And we got the bike all packed up because Meg and I are riding to Ciudad Victoria today, and then Reynosa the next day. We're doing a border run again. We're only 6 hours from the border, so we kind of decided this was our best course of action to be able to enjoy San Luis Potosi. And so, yeah, we're going to be spending 2 days riding to the border. She has a package, a new MacBook, and get new visas. Come back down.
So the plan was to spend 4 days riding from El Meco to Reynosa and back. Easy enough, right? You might be asking yourself, is this another one of Meg and Mac's spontaneous adventure ideas? And the answer this time is no. The plan was solidified months ago, back when we had just arrived in Tamasopo. I made a slideshow for Meg with all our potential options and some ideas going forward, and we decided on doing this border run as a way to continue enjoying Mexico. So with the plan in motion and me somehow looking like a 70s soccer dad, we packed the bike, filled up the tank for one last time in this town, and set off for the Sierra Madre Oriental. The temperature was cold, the sky was overcast, but the views were plentiful. Nothing like a couple shrines to remind myself to stay focused.
Rake, feel this.
Oh yes, please.
It's already cooling down so much.
Still, I can't feel my fingers.
Huh?
I can't feel my fingers, so this is fine. My fingers.
Yeah, these
being
aren't
cold.
that good. Yeah. Okay, try layering them now.
I'm gonna need a bit.
These are warm gloves, and even with the grip heaters and these, they're still cold.
Oh yeah. Honey.
I'm glad we're staying in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
All I'm looking forward to is taking a nice hot shower, getting nice, warm, and cozy, and ordering some yummy food. Maybe picking up a bottle of wine or something.
Yeah. Okay, made it. I had a really cold drive, so I didn't really feel much there, but it's a really beautiful drive actually. Alright, we are all packed up, ready to go. It's like 4 hours to the border, and about half an hour to where I need to pick up my package. I'm gonna stay overnight in the States just to make it a little easier, not have to worry about kind of crossing the border, getting the stuff, then crossing the border back, just in case there's any issues. It's a nice sunny day today, which is good because yesterday was freaking freezing and cloudy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop and get tacos in Reynosa first though, because Max said they're like the best tacos he's had there.
Day 2 from Ciudad Victoria to Reynosa was sunny, but boring as batshit, as 4 hours of pretty much pin-straight highway littered with gigantic potholes made for a very unenjoyable experience. Eventually, inching closer to the frontera, we stopped for some last-minute taquitos and to rest our bums before finally heading into the notoriously dangerous city of Reynosa. The city was dirty, dusty, and somehow a small pebble ended up cracking my GoPro lens. Nevertheless, we made it to the aduana, canceled our visas and my tip, and we got in line to enter the United States, It was in this line that we met a random motorcyclist from Reynosa crossing into the US to pick up his son from school.
You're lucky. Your girls want to be with you. My girl, I kind of want to ride. I was watching a show, and one of the prizes was a trip to Disney World to Star Wars, I don't know what, and then it's personalized. And the guy goes, yeah, my wife's a Star Wars fan, and I want to take her. I'm like, dude, take her anyway.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Yep. Nearly there.
Now we just have to make sure we do the speed limit.
Yeah.
Not get pulled over.
Made it into the state. Easy peasy crossing. Now I'm gonna pick up my packages.
Alright. Got the bike to Texas, no problem. Picked up all the packages. And tomorrow we'll cross back with new visas.
Another hotel.
Meg is going to do the unboxing. The reason we're in McAllen, Texas right now, to get a very specific something that could only get shipped to the US. There you go. What color you got? Space gray?
Space black.
Space. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. No, it's the same color as mine. It looks thicker though.
It is sticky. Yours is an air, mine's a pro.
Alright, you don't need to rub it in that quickly.
So if you only had 12 hours in McAllen, Texas, where would you eat? We decided to go full American style and opt for some fast food as there was a Whataburger close to our hotel, which Meg and I had never had before.
We only gave us 3 burgers.
Alright, last night was a success. We just stayed one night at the Oyo Hotel in McAllen, Texas. And today, it's about 11 o'clock. Head back into Mexico, get a new visa permit, get new visas and a permit for my bike, and then start making our way to Ciudad Victoria, and then the following day get back to the bus mo and back to reality.
So they refused to give Mackie his tip for his bike. He only has a photocopy, not the original. This has kind of been an issue we've run into before, being able to work around and work through. They've allowed it, so the guy just said try another border. Stressful, we have to go a different place, but we got the tip, so let's go ahead. Thank you, bringing all the stuff. Pretty nice.
So we were back in Mexico with fresh visas and a permit from Mula. The skies opened and the sun provided us with some much needed warmth as we soared back through the mountains, racing to return to Mo as phase 1 of our plan was a success.
Poor duck. I'm tired.
Today's the day. Meg and I are finally leaving El Naranjo. Had her bus parked here in this campground for 2 weeks, and we spent 4 days going up to the border, getting new visas, a new permit from her bike, so that's all sorted. But now is the new objective. I have to get to Mexico City within about a week now. I think I have a week until my flight leaves. The plan today is to get to the coastal city of Tampico, where Meg should be able to get some injectors from the international there. It's a really big coastal city. They have a lot of things. Because the bus, the last time she drove it here, it was acting up. It was sputtering again for the first time since Chapala. No matter what, I'm gonna try and be in Mexico City by the 21st or the 22nd, so no matter where Meg is, I'll have to leave her there and just get there. I have a contact who's gonna receive my bike, and he's nice enough that he'll actually replace my sprockets for me for free once I get there while I'm away. And then my flight is to just go visit my family in Canada for 2 weeks, and then fly back to Mexico City, join up with Meg, and recontinue going south. But that's the plan today, make it to Tampico. It's about 3 hours, 20 minutes. I'm expecting like a 4 or 5 hour day with the bus, so we'll see how it goes.
It was time to leave the campground where Mo was left at, and exiting the property would prove to be more challenging than entering. Although the power lines were strung higher this time, the angle to exit would be challenging as space was limited due to the grassy ditch next to the narrow dirt path. But nevertheless, Meg is literally an expert bus driver and can navigate anywhere her heart desires. We set off to Tampico, and it was on this stretch of road that connects El Meco to El Naranjo that the worst possible scenario would unfold. Meg's engine would completely fail. She made a brilliant decision to coast the bus 2 minutes down the road where I was waiting at the agua purificada we planned to get water at.
Well, yeah, so much for praying. The bus did not work well today, and who knows what we're gonna do, but it won't even start now. Luckily, we're just outside the water purificada, so it won't die of dehydration, but yeah, we'll see. Just had a couple mechanics show up. I don't know if they're legitimate or diesel or not, but we'll see what happens. All right, just didn't make it more than 5 minutes from our campsite before the bus just died. It started sputtering and it lost power and stalled and then would not start up again. Meg was lucky enough to be able to coast it here to this agua purificada, which we were planning to get water here, and now she's just kind of parked awkwardly on a diagonal on the side of the road. And yeah, the lady who works here, she was super nice and was kind of calling all the shops available, and these guys showed up, mechanics I believe, and then they kind of looked at it quickly, and then they called someone, and they said half an hour for these guys, the three wise men, to arrive with an engine that's identical. So I don't know what that means exactly, but hopefully they can source some injectors if that's a problem, or drain the fuel or something, just get this bus running so we can get going and get Meg to the campsite we're trying to get to before I leave her and go to Mexico City. But yeah, I have about 5 days to make it to Mexico City. It's not very far, I can get there in 2 days, but yeah, five or 6 days before my flight, so turning into a bit of a time crunch now. Alright, pretty sure these guys figured it out. Pretty sure it's a fuel pump. And they're going to try and tow her inside the compound just because it's más seguro, it's more safe for sleeping tonight. And tomorrow they have a mechanic from Ciudad Valle who's going to come here. Hopefully he has the part. Hopefully putting that in will fix the problem. Okay, we had to push it back. Trying again. There we go, there we go. Need to turn the tires. Well, I got her inside. Wow. Well, at least the bus is still getting some charge. I got them to drop the bus off by their house, inside the Purificada. Yeah, and he's really nice. Really nice guy, letting us stay here for as long as we need. But hopefully tomorrow they can fix the problem.
Larudo and his family are absolute legends. Larudo and his family are absolute legends and completely rescued Meg. They allowed the mechanics to tow her bus into their gated property, which doubled as their home and place of business. They let her park her bus next to their house, where they usually keep their car, in order for her solar to charge. They told her no problems, no money, and as long as she needs, they will have space for her, and they will help her in any way necessary. The kindness of the Mexican people is completely unmatched. This spot is where Mo would lie to rest, and as of this recording, has been sitting in this property for the last 7 months.
Yeah, I don't think this guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, basically don't think this guy knows what he's doing. I mean, we're pretty positive he doesn't know what he's doing. He came back later this afternoon after saying he couldn't come, and then I kind of messaged and was like, well, you kind of said you would, but didn't like put the part in, but it's just as...
He did put the part in.
Yeah, he did. He put the part in, but like...
The rest of the stuff's not in.
Yeah.
All the
and
manifolds and...
I know, it took him a really long time. I don't know,
3 hours, yeah.
3 hours.
Job should take 4.5 hours.
Yeah, just as a... Yeah, so Laruro, he's going to speak to a mechanic that like he knows, see if maybe he can look or just see or just... I don't know, because we just get the impression that he doesn't know what he's doing. If he gets a part in, I don't know, and then maybe we'll just pay him for his time and get a mechanic here who knows what he's doing. We'll see, but yeah, another day not fixed. What day is it today? Thursday, and this happened on Monday. I have a new part at least, but I don't know.
With Christmas approaching, Meg helped me make some jewelry out of seashells I collected in Baja, and it was time for me to head to Mexico City to fly home for Christmas.
I will be here waiting for Mo to get fixed. Mac is heading off today. Love you too.
I felt terrible leaving Meg in this dirt lot in such a terrible situation, but there was nothing more I could do for her.
Just traveling on my way to San Luis Potosi, and the bike is having carburetor issues. I keep losing power and it's turning off on me. So I assume some grit got into the carburetor, and I have to keep the revs constantly going for it to stay on. So as soon as it's too low of an idle and I'm too slow of a speed, it just turns off. So now my new plan is, it's about 28 minutes to the Suzuki in San Luis Potosi, and they actually reopen at 4 p.m., which is in half an hour. So I should arrive right when they reopen. They're open until 7. So hopefully maybe they'll be able to quickly take the carburetor out, get this piece out for me, and have the bike sorted today or tomorrow. But I'll let you guys know my plan as it transpires. But yeah, just bikes always acting up on me on my big solo trips. Okay, so I was able to get to the Suzuki dealership, and it says they're supposed to be reopening at 4 p.m., but because it's so close to Christmas, I think they're not reopening at 4 p.m. today. I'll have to wait till tomorrow, and the bike is still giving me the same issue. It's kind of sputtering every so often and then just dying when I slow down too much, so I'm gonna have to just ride slow and careful and just try and limp it to my accommodation, so it's about 15 minutes, and just hope that it works okay. All right, what's going on, everyone? I thought I'd take this moment to just do a little update. Right now I'm in a little departamento, good value, in San Luis Potosi. And those of you guys who know about what happened yesterday with my bike backfiring and cutting off, I realize there's a problem with the carburetor, and I just don't trust continuing on to Mexico City from here without it being looked at and the problem addressed and fixed. So I brought it to the Suzuki dealership this morning, and because it's so close to Christmas, they basically can't diagnose or look at the bike for 2 days. So I would have had to leave Mexico City in 2 days. So I've had a huge change of plans over the last 24 hours, I guess. I've talked to my dad and Meg about like different options, and I decided the best thing to do now is to leave the bike here with Suzuki in San Luis Potosi and to purchase a new ticket to Puerto Vallarta, a one-way ticket to Puerto Vallarta, which is where I can pick up my connecting flight, which has already been purchased.
So it was $153 USD with all the taxes and everything to get a flight from San Luis Potosi to Puerto Vallarta on Monday in 2 days. And then from there, I'll fly from Puerto Vallarta to Edmonton, where I'll meet up with my family, fly to Vancouver, and then this is where it gets tricky. We haven't really done this part yet, but originally it's supposed to be Vancouver to Cancun, Cancun to Mexico City. Now it's looking like Vancouver to Cancun and then get a flight from Cancun to San Luis Potosi. So 2 flights will be redundant, but if I pay an extra, Meg told me if I pay like $70 extra, I can turn them into, upgrade them into flexi flights, so I can keep them and they don't just go to waste, and I can use them in the future and just change the dates, times, and locations of airports. So that's probably a better option than just letting them go to waste. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. So still gonna make it home for Christmas, just not flying from Mexico City, flying from San Luis Potosi now. So yeah, that's the update. After rebooking my flight from San Luis Potosi, I set off to Puerto Vallarta.
Wow guys, it's like 10:15, just heading to the airport. I am currently in Puerto Vallarta. I missed my flight last night because Tar Airlines was 2 hours delayed. We were supposed to depart at 3:55 and we didn't leave till 5:45. And my Puerto Vallarta flight was at 6:45. So as we were landing, I could see them getting ready for departure. There was just no way I was gonna be able to make that. So $237 wasted. Had to buy Meg helped me out and booked me the next best option, which was a flight, and booked me the next best option, which was a flight the following morning, which is today, with WestJet at departs at 1:45, gets there at about 6:45. And so yeah, I'm heading to the airport right now to check in and check out of the country actually, and then just wait. Not gonna miss this flight. And yeah, temperature's not too bad in Puerto Vallarta right now, but I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Well, it all worked out in the end, and as we approached a very cold and very snowy Edmonton City, Alberta, I met up with my family for the first time in over a year, and it was a celebration. I spent a week in Alberta and had a blast, with my brothers side by side. Shot some guns, of course.
Say hello. Hi.
I checked out West Edmonton Mall for the first time in my life and marveled at the people lounging on an artificial beach. It was like watching a simulation. On my way back to Mexico, it was one of the scariest flights of my life.
Wow, I just landed. I'm at the San Luis Potosi airport, and that was just the scariest flight of my life. It's so windy here in San Luis Potosi right now that the plane tried to land twice and couldn't do it. Had to retake off, and we ended up landing in Guanajuato for about an hour just to kind of let the wind decrease a bit and refill. And then they tried again, and his first attempt once again was no good. He was so close to landing and then just took off because his wings would not stay with him.
With Mula all fixed up, stored at the Suzuki, I picked her up and headed back to Meg.
He's back. He brought me this giant selfie stick.
It's huge. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
The next few days were spent considering all of our options and of course enjoying the beauty of the place we were in. Ultimately, Meg decided to leave the bus with LaRue and come travel with me on the bike while continuing to work and save up for the repair. Part of the plan was to head back to the capital of San Luis Potosi to pick up some exciting packages. Thanks to Daniel, who I met on the Suzuki Mexico Facebook page, he received my packages at his home, which was some new saddlebags and a top box, as well as selling me some side racks and helping us modify the setup. We upgraded the luggage in order for Meg to travel with me on the bike more comfortably.
Uninstalled, super exciting. Got these, except this means.
Oh, that's problem one.
Yeah,
That's
problem
going away.
one.
Problem two is they only gave us one set of these. But Daniel's an absolute wizard.
He's made these.
And yeah, he's making custom brackets for us right now. Which are actually probably stronger than these. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
See if it fits there, so I don't have to grind it.
1,000 more miles on this, so it's probably worth doing.
Well, it does have that from
Thanks again, Daniel.
Just enough suspension left for you. We'll be riding on rubber. Can you actually take some videos for me, like of what the suspension looks like and from behind and everything? Like a big old Mexican flag on that side, the Canadian flag on that side, the Australian flag in the back.
We also picked up Megg a Senna off Amazon so we could communicate better whilst on our new trip.
Sinners. Trying to figure out how to do the intercom properly.
We spent a week in the capital before heading back the 3 hours through the mountains to Mo. We packed the luggage, did a test run, and finally it was time.
It's February 8th, 2025, and today's the day. Meg and I are leaving the bus. Leaving the bus behind, packing up the bike, and we're gonna spend the next 4 months living off the bike. The reason is the bus is broken down and it's stuck here in El Naranjo. It's very expensive to get it towed, and the international dealership wants half of the quote before they even accept the bus. So Meg and I are gonna go travel on the bike for the next few months while working, camping, exploring, mostly staying in Airbnbs. And after that, after those next few months, we should have saved up enough money to get the bus towed and fixed. And so this is just how we plan to finish traveling Mexico, instead of just staying here or having her just stay here in the bus the whole time. I could go explore for sure, but I don't want Meg just stuck here for months and months and months. She was already stuck in Vegas for months and months and months. So last we devised this plan, we upgraded the capacity of the storage on the bike, and now we are February 8th 2025. We're gonna spend the next few months traveling from El Naranjo, San Luis Potosi, to the border of Belize. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's looking good. We're pretty packed.
Yeah.
But got a new top box, laptop stuff in there, and then camping stuff. This one's mine. This one's Mac. Yeah, and where are we headed?
There we go. All right. A little song. Wait, I want to run over the pipe. Over the hose. Oh.
Just like that, Meg abandoned her bus with a family we barely knew in a remote town of San Luis Potosi with the plan of riding with me to Guatemala.